not blaspheming, but rather I am not fully accepting it also. It's like remember when we were in India and we were in our teenagers, especially boys, they play cricket or some other sports. It's like they're playing that, but they're not fully playing. It's kind of half and half. We all can correlate that example in our life. It's like half and half. I'm there. That means he's not playing to become a player. He's not playing to like represent his city or state. He doesn't have goals as aspirations while he's doing that. Because he has something else. So his parents told him to become a doctor or engineer or whatever. And there's some other priorities which are dominating. That's why he's just playing just to play. Likewise, Krishna consciousness currently it is like that. That doesn't mean that it will always remain like that. Current state is that. Current state is I follow the scriptures, but to my extent, which is quite normal. It's not like something we are doing some sinful activity. We are not doing sins. Rather than we are not doing with complete acceptance also. That's in the middle ground. So what is the state of this middle ground? Now, how do we see that? And what can be done that this middle ground is not going back again, rather moving forward? Please understand this because it is important. Prataprudra Maharaj also has a situation where he was a king, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a renunciate. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the devotees who are new on the call. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. Now, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, you'll learn and understand as and when you begin hearing more and more. But one thing is for sure. Now, this person who is a Supreme Personality of Godhead, he doesn't want to meet any kings. That means he's putting him away. And there's a reason for that also. It's a kind of separation because Prataprudra Maharaj is a pure soul. Now the Lord is keeping him in separation. So this is also another state where Prataprudra Maharaj was actually trying to get the association, but he's unable to get it. He's perspiring, he's aspiring. He has a desire. And then the desire, what is it happening? The desire is actually burning in the heart more and more. That means it is increasing more and more. It's not like, no, he has kept me aside. No, let me do what I'm supposed to do. Anyhow, I'm not getting this. Let me stay away from this. He's not thinking like that. Rather, what is he doing? He's perspiring. He's finding out ways and means to come closer to him. So likewise, as we are in the middle ground, we should find ways and means to come closer to that. Closer to the acceptance, complete acceptance of the scriptures. Example, just now, this wonderful Vaishnava who's written this poem, that everything is sweet with Krishna. His name, fame, qualities, his pastimes, everything. He told one thing, which is Very, very important in that. He said the trampling of Krishna is also sweet. That means when Krishna tramples his devotees, that is also sweet. Now, this is the pinnacle in Krishna consciousness. That means Ashrishava Padaratam Pinaswam Adarshana Marmahatam Karotu Yata Tata Vidatato Lamputu Matprana Natastu Sayavan Aparaha. This is a state of consciousness of all pure exalted Vaishnava acharyas. Now, how is this coming? On one side, there are three stages, dear devotees. Blaspheming the scriptures. For to blaspheme the scriptures, right? And then what is the other side? What is the next level? At least at the level of acceptance. What is the next level? Full acceptance. Fully. For to blaspheme Vedic literature and processions of Vedic question. That is one level. That means to come out of that. That means next level is the acceptance. Next level is fully acceptance. Fully acceptance means, my dear Lord, even if you trample me, still that is sweet to me. So we see through the life of Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur, in their life, no, his spiritual master was not accepting him. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He goes to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He's not accepting. He said, I will leave this body. If you do not accept, what's the point of reading all of these things? What's the point of understanding all of these things? There is no existence for me. Please, I'll die. This is full, it's a pinnacle. Deep relationship established. Now, as none of them have these kind of relationships these days, that's why even among the devotee circle, they deal through money. I feel so sad, dear devotees. Very sad. My heart pounds so much. I feel so down. That means the acceptance is not there yet. Complete acceptance is not yet there. Forget about surrender. Surrender is too far. Acceptance of the scriptures is not been established. That means that kind of training we never have taken. Kalki Purusha, you know, Kali Purusha, not Kalki, Kali Purusha. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kali. He comes at the end of Kali Yuga. And this personality, the Kali Purusha, by the time he descends in this Kali Yuga, nobody will follow the scriptures. Please understand this. By the time when Kali Purusha descends, there is no scriptures. Because this happens at the end of Kali Yuga, not now. This is so interesting, so funny thing that there's a Kali Bhagavan who descends. I think I don't know whether he's alive or not. There's a person called Kali Purusha, Kali Bhagavan, Kalki Bhagavan. Kalki. I'm sorry, it's not Kali. Kalki. Kali Yuga. Kalki Bhagavan. There's a person whose name Kalki Bhagavan. I don't know whether he's still alive or not. But Kalki Bhagavan will not come now. He will come at the end of Kali Yuga. And he's a representative of Krishna. So, the moment we understand this, dear devotees, that means at that point of time, scriptures are completely gone. Malachas are ruling the world. That means they have no understanding of the scriptures. They have no idea. Which we see who are ruling the world now. They are the one who are ruling. Shudra mentality. It's not through birth. There is nothing like Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra through birth. Chaturvarno maya system guna karma vibhagasaha. Tasya kartaham ityam vidya kartami avyayam. Krishna is confirming that One will not become a Brahmana through his birth, but one will become Brahmana through his qualities. Likewise, one is not a Shudra if he is born in so and so family, but rather one will become Shudra through his qualities. Actually, one of the quality of Shudra is truthfulness. Now, who is truthful today? Hardly few. That means it's more degraded than Shudras. Because through the qualities are not there. That means these kind of people are ruling the world, ruling the nation. So what's going to happen? Will they propagate studying or understanding the scriptures, the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, or the essence of the Vedas? Vedescha sarvam ahameva vedyam. Krishna is telling, I am the source of all the Vedas. That means the acceptance is itself a difficult thing. Please understand. Because obviously everyone else will blaspheme the scriptures. They say that, oh, the scriptures are written many thousands of years ago. Oh, who will accept this? Who will follow this? Oh, they say surrender. No, who will do that? No. They say this, they say that, they say so many other things. Who will follow this? No, nobody will follow. Because what is happening, dear devotees? Please try to understand. The acceptance of the scriptures is not yet established in the consciousness. Then the next level is fully acceptance. Full, complete acceptance. Now, as and when the Kali Yuga is progressing, you will not see advancement. In Krishna consciousness, you will see degradation. But whoever is withholding the truth as per the instructions of their spiritual master, they will only remain. They will only remain and then continue until they leave this body. Not this body, life after life, they will do the same thing. Pratijanma koriyasha charane raduli. This is the state of their consciousness. Every lifetime I want the dust of your lotus feet, the pure souls. Because only those pure souls are giving that essence. So, through that consciousness, the full acceptance will come. Otherwise, because when sadhaka comes to the acceptance of the scriptures, he will come to the state of nama bhas. That means he's not doing offenses. On the other side, he's not on the prema. Just like in that prayer, everything is sweet. When we chant Hare Krishna, is it sweet? No. I was just thinking about this. Is it sweet now when we chant Hare Krishna? But for these Vaishnava acharyas who are writing these prayers, for them it is sweet. They, out of through mercy, their causeless mercy, they're expressing that, yes, we can be happy. When we chant Hare Krishna, that will give the madhura, the taste, the sweetness is there, the nectar is there in that. But we are not yet there because the full acceptance is not yet manifesting in the heart. So slowly, when we advance in Krishna consciousness, our aspirations, our desires should be this. We should check, we should tell our heart that, am I accepting this fully? We should ask this question. Because unless and until this acceptance is not coming, then the taste in Krishna consciousness will also not come. That is the whole point why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted to give up this body. Because he felt that there is no purpose of this life. There is no shelter, there is no protection. And that person is a Simha Guru. Wow. Oh, what is he showing through his life? That pranipatena pariprashana seva, if that is not established, then full acceptance will not come. Please understand. I remember a lot of practitioners, they tell, oh, I got initiated. No, I'm good. I'll go back to water. Who said that? Who said? Did Srila Prabhupada wrote anywhere that right after initiation I'll go back on back to Godhead? That my life is all done? No. Sadhaka has to do sadhana. Sadhaka has to practice the teachings of Krishna consciousness very, very sincerely to the heart. Now, the sadhaka should not see whether the other person is practicing, the sadhaka should see himself whether he is practicing. Now, for training, we discuss certain aspects which is important for us, for our heart to be addressed. That this doesn't mean that I put these things to others. Oh, because you got initiated. Oh, you're thinking that you'll go back to God. We cannot ask the other person like that. We should ask just to ourselves. These things we are discussing to go introspection, to do our own heart churning. Because his heart is his heart. Our heart is our heart. Our process is our process, his process is his process. We are all individuals, part and parcel of the Lord. It is our desire. But Krishna says, you are all my part and parcel. But it is our desire who we need to cultivate in our heart. Because Janmashtami will come. Again, next year also Janmashtami will come. Next year also we'll do big event. But what is that event? What is that helping in our heart? What is that doing? Every year we'll do. But am I progressing? These are the questions we need to ask. Am I accepting? Am I accepting the truth as is? Truth is bitter, dear devotees. Truth is not, because the consciousness is not yet that means there is unwanted weeds in the heart. Truth will be bitter. We need to understand how come this bitterness will be transformed into sweet nectar. That means whatever anything about Krishna is nectar. How is that? If anything about Krishna becomes nectar, then wherever we are kept, even in the hellish planets, we'll be happy. Even this entire world is against us, we'll be happy. Because the heart is satisfied. When a sadhaka's heart is satisfied, then every day he'll practice Krishna consciousness. Every day he'll chant his rounds. And then he will see what more can be done. How can I improve this? When Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sraishna Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadahari, that means humble than the blade of the grass, giving respect to others. You are superior to me, I am inferior. Accepting everything, giving respect to everyone, not expecting any respect in return. When one establishes this in the heart, then he moves forward to the next level. There are different levels. Even in game, there are different levels. Junior, beginner, little advanced, little more advanced. The more you progress into that, the more you move forward. In this process, first one is not to blush. Next one is acceptance. Next one is fully acceptance with conviction. These are the different states. To come away, another important aspect which I noticed is the fourth offense to blaspheme Vedic literature in persons of Vedic question. Another solution for that is absorption in the Shastra. When one comes to the state of Varana, he becomes absorbed in the scriptures. Through this absorption, he's seeing the world. This is how we need to perceive the truth. When we become absorbed in the scriptures, and then through that vision, we see outside, which is completely opposite. Then we realize that our absorption should be here only, not anywhere else. That is also another way to come out of this materialistic propensities, this materialistic desires. Now, he has a simple question. What is that simple question? Before coming to Krishna consciousness, or before coming to the process of Shravana and Kirtana, on a regular basis, taking good association. Before coming to this association, just think about this question. I had so many material desires. Did all those material desires give any satisfaction to me? So many desires. Did that give any solace to the heart? Is it giving solace to this body or the heart? Which it is giving? Who is nourished in that? Who is nourished through those material desires? Actually, those material desires give frustration, not nourishment. They give frustration because there's no Krishna in it. There's no devotees in it. It doesn't give any happiness. Because Krishna and his devotees, in what platform? They are completely on a selfless platform. Krishna is all attractive, all powerful, all merciful, unlimited qualities. 64 qualities in full. That is Krishna. Sarva akarshati iti Krishna. All attractive. That is Krishna. That is the meaning of Krishna. Sarva akarshati iti Krishna. Krishna means what? All attractive. That means his name is also all attractive. But right now, the names are not all attractive because we are in the state of Nama Pradanya. Actually, this is how we should think ourselves, even though we are chanting sincerely. Even though we are chanting sincerely, even though we are practicing, we can never say that I'm sincere. Because the moment we say that we are sincere, the false ego will come. What's a problem actually? The moment I say, oh, I'm sincerely chanting, sadhaka will always be honest to himself. Srila Prabhupada, after doing so many things, he said, it's all because of the mercy of Guru and Krishna, Guru and Gauranga. It's my spiritual master's mercy. Which is a fact, but on the other side, he did everything. But still, just see the attitude. This is a way to attitude for us. For example, if you can speak Krishna Katha for all day, still you need to tell, no, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I am fool number one. I cannot speak one word. Whatever words are coming, it's by the mercy of the spiritual master. We are giving it back to them. You give it back to them, you get more. You give it back to them, you get more. Because that acceptance has to come here. Just complete faith. Every line, we should get this understanding. What is that understanding? Every line which is there in the scriptures is a fact. These scriptures are not changed, just like our education, material education is changing. I always see when you invest something on something which is always changing, it doesn't give, for example, when we are investing something which is always changing, you know what's going to happen? Our actions and activities, they also change. But when we are investing something which doesn't change, which is the scriptures, they don't change real devotees. When we invest in this, you know what happens? We also get that stability. We get that conviction in the heart. No matter people are against us, still we don't get bogged down because we understand this is the nature of this world. We are kept in so many situations, at office difficulties, at home difficulties, at relationship difficulties, so many problems. But when our focus is this, Shastras, the scriptures, then we understand. This is the nature, that's how it is. Let's move forward. Yesterday we were discussing an important aspect. I'll say this and conclude. The aspect is, Krishna confirms in Gita that he uses his analogy. Krishna personally tells this to Arjuna. He says, my dear Arjuna, there are different wells. One well is used for bathing, one well is used for drinking, one well is used for some other domestic activities. So there are different wells. No, every well is serving one purpose. Or if you want to drink water, then you need to go to certain well. If you want to wash the clothes, you need to go to certain well. It is a different purpose, right? But if there is a river which is flowing, that river will satisfy all of the above mentioned purposes. And Krishna gives this example and then he says, so very interesting actually. He says, the Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads, there are so many scriptures. But if one knows the purpose of those scriptures and then he knows the essence of everything, then he's a perfectionist. Then he'll become the perfectionist. That means, for example, we discussed yesterday, right, about Karma Kanda a little bit. If one is doing karmakandic activities, that if you do this, I'll get this. If you do that, I'll get this. Some karmakandic activities. If one is doing some karmakandic activities. But if one understands the essence of all those karmakandic activities is to realize Lord, is to understand Him, is to know Him. Vedascha sarvam ahameva vedya. If this is established in that person's heart, who is doing karmakandic activities, then he will get the essence of everything. That means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they all do their duties, keeping Krishna in the center. They all do their duties. They work for Krishna. They do for Krishna. Yat karoshi yadashnasya juhosi dadasya. That means whatever they do, whatever they hear, whatever they understand, they are doing everything for the pleasure of the Lord, which is the essence of everything. Now, why we are discussing this is because if we closely observe, unless and until we get that acceptance, that shraddha towards the scriptures, that faith towards the scriptures, then we cannot come out of that fourth offense. We are not just discussing the offense, we are discussing how to come out of those offenses. Please try to understand your devotee. This is very, very important. 10 offenses, I can recite 10 offenses in 10 minutes. And then I can conclude everything in 10 minutes. But no, what are we trying to do? We are discussing this, churning this every day. Of what? We want to come out of those things. How do we come out of those things? This is a way. When the scriptures are accepted as is, when the teachings of the acharyas, these are all the teachings of the acharya. When the teachings of the acharya, these are all their words. When the teachings of the acharyas is accepted as is, then we get faith. Because you need to work on it. You need to put in action. Just like a trainer in the gym is telling, you hold this one, and then you hold this weight, and then do like this. Then it strengthens your muscle. No, he told. The person is hearing. But the next day, he tells the same thing, he repeats. But the person is not doing it. Do you think the muscles will become strong? No, because he's not putting in action. The action is not there. Remember what spiritual master telling, if these things are not kept in action, then they will just remain as some information. So that means the information will not give transformation. Because it is at the information level. That information level has to go in more. Just like a person who's actually doing the lifting activity of the weight. And he'll not see the result right away. He will see the results after a few months. Because we will not see the results. Likewise, we will not see the results right away. That means today we discussed about offenses, and from tomorrow, when you follow this from tomorrow only, it will be in action. But the results you will see after some time. Definitely, for sure. Shavana works, Kirtana works, Smarana works, Varana works, everything, they all work. That acceptance should come. If the acceptance is not there, definitely we'll blaspheme. Because we are going to the lower states, lower modes. Tata rajas tamo bhava kamalobhasya. Chete ete ranavitam sitam sattve prasiddhati. To this sattva guna we should aspire. Rajoguna, tamoguna can be curbed out by this acceptance of the scriptures. Because, dear devotees, in Krishna consciousness, this is what we can reflect is everything is connected. That means we cannot leave anything. Everything is interconnected. For example, I always think about this. If you do not hear for a couple of days, the consciousness will go down. If you do not chant for a couple of days, the consciousness will go down. If you do not eat Krishna Prasad for a couple of days, the consciousness will go down. If you do not read or if you do not discuss, if you do not take devotee associates, the consciousness will go down. You know, what does it mean consciousness going down? Consciousness going down means the material desires are coming up. Because the jiva, the soul, is always eternal, dear devotees. And this eternal soul is always connected. This eternal soul can either stay in the internal energy or in the external energy. It cannot stay. It's a marginal potency. Tatastha can either stay in the internal or the external. It cannot stay any other way. That means it can either take the association of Maya or Krishna. It cannot still remain ideal. A lot of people will ask this: Can I stop this process for some days and let me relax for some time? Now I would ask why the question is coming. Why you want to stop? When the Acharya is telling everything is Madhuram, sweet, does anyone want to give up the sweet? No. He wants to take more. No, this is transcendental sweet. Transcendental sweet will not give diabetes. On a material plane, when we try to absorb the sweet on a material plane, that gives diabetes or some tension, whatever, some material, the problem on a bodily level. That gives diabetes, but this sweet will not give diabetes. This sweet will give rejuvenation. On a material level, you take any happiness, one cannot continue that continuously. But on a spiritual plane, this happiness can continue 24 hours. There's no stoppage to this. One cannot stop this. Because this is not on a material plane, it's on a spiritual plane. That is the happiness. For that happiness to come, acceptance has to happen, dear devotees. If it is not if you are not accepting in this lifetime or today, we have to accept after many lifetimes. And we don't know when we will get another chance. But that acceptance should come. Everyone has to come to this state. Very important. Hare Krishna. I think I'll stop here. Spoke little. I ran over a little extra. Please excuse me. I didn't realize the time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, then Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for the wonderful lecture, Prabhuji, and thank you for the wonderful bhajan, Vamsi Vilas Prabhuji. All honors to Prem Nilani.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jam Vishmada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Uttarashita Shri Shimar A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
ISKCON Bhakti Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
ISKCON Bhakti Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jam Vishmada Paramahamsa Uttarashita Shri Shimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Annatu Kudveshravani Ki Jai.
Jai.
Brahmacharya Srila Das Thakur Ki Jai.
Jai.
परम सुगौर श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सरि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय।
जय
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोपी नाथ श्याम मुकुंद राधा गंगरी गोवर्धन की जय।
जय
श्री मायापुर धाम की जय।
जय
श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय।
जय
श्री जगन्नाथपुरी की जय।
जय
गंगा माई की जय।
जय
सिमर माई की जय।
जय
तुलसी देवी की जय।
जय
भक्ति देवी की जय।
जय
श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय।
जय
समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय।
जय
नीता गौर परमानंद हरि हरि बोल।
हरि बोल।
All glories to some devotees, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा
All glories to some devotees, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा
All glories to some devotees, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा
All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Nama Om Vishnu Krishna Mishra Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vinanta Swami Namani Namaste Sarasdevi Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishesha Sunyavari Prashradishtarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Vitagaraja Shiv Sri Gaura Bhaktivinda Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Lam Gadigaram Yakripatam Mahamanda Shri Guru Daritanam Panamarindamadam Shri Chaitanya Ishram Karve Gaurachandra Radhakatarale Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Vinjagam Kavishya Bisma Evchapti Tanam Pavani Vaishnava Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, everyone. Have a wonderful Krishna conscious day. Hari Bol.
हरि बोल।
हरि बोल। करीना माता जी की जय। तुलसीदास प्रभु जी की जय। हिज ग्रेस नीलकंठ प्रभु जी की जय।
जय
ऑल डिवोटीज की जय।
जय
थैंक यू
जय
प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। सबला गोपाल प्रभु जी की जय। रमेश